Hey gamers, welcome to another DSP video. That's right, as I said, I was gonna do the debt experimentation side of his podcast in a separate video because that video is gonna be too long. So here we are. So let's get into it. Let's fucking go. Let's hear what this experiment was all about, right?
To the trailer of it a few weeks ago. The game, to me, looks amazing.
We're gonna skip this.
If it's all fully fleshed out, or, and this is more likely the case, if a lot of it that looks great on paper actually doesn't factor into the gameplay at all. Meaning, there could have the best crafting system ever made. It could have an amazing flight system where you fly around the map on mounts.
Oh my
and then
god.
none of it has to do with the actual game. It's in there, but you don't have to use it to do anything. You know what I mean? Like, you could just play through the game and beat it without any of that crap. Like, it could be the next Starfield, where on paper Starfield might look
it could be the next Chrysol. It could be a bait and switch, right?
good. Oh, you could craft your own ship. Oh, you could have colonies on planets and mine resources, and you never have to do any of that in the game. It's just there to say that there's content, and the content doesn't mean anything, right?
I love that this guy has like a business of doing this, where he will say, oh, they'll have this content, but you don't have to do it. Like, basically, if the game doesn't force you to do it, why have it, right? And that criticism only works in very specific situations. Like, it's to the point where it's like, yeah, a game shouldn't force you to do something because you may not want to do it. But if you want to do it, then just do it. It's in the game. Like, I just feel like this idea that the game needs to force you to do something for it to count as meaningful or whatever is kind of dumb, right? But whatever.
Right?
Right?
So I guess we'll see when the game comes out next month. I'm excited to try it for sure. It may be a super immersive game with tons to do, and it might be one of the best games in a long time. Or it might stink. We'll find out firsthand together. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Thumbs up.
So, now let's get to
Let's
the
talk
other
about what I did
thing that I want to talk about yesterday's first stream. All right? So yesterday, I played Grizzle Theater of Idols. This was a game that it was going to be a kind of, let's test the waters. Let's see if the game's any good. It was essentially, it was, yes, a first part of a playthrough if I decided to start playing the game fully, but also it was kind of a first look stream.
Isn't that like, see, this is what I am like annoyed with when he's like marketing his streams, because that's how he sold the Game Pass, not Game Pass. Well, he did that with Game Pass nights as well, but he did this with the indie tryout nights, and now he's acting as if this is a brand new thing. Guys, we're gonna try out a game, and all this other, like, you've been doing this.
If that makes sense, where a lot of content creators do this. They essentially test the waters of a game and they call it first look rather.
Okay, when we looked at Critical in the previous video, right? Did he type in the video first look of Mugenics, or did he just say I'm playing Mugenics? People just play the game. Like, he really runs his streams like he's a gaming journalist. If you think about it, we have first looks, playthrough. Like, he tries to be so super typical professional with his content, but it's like, streaming is a very like unique profession or job, because you don't have to follow the rules or do whatever. But he can't do that because it requires a personality, and DSP has no personality, so
rather than play through or I'm actually playing this game. That way, if they decide against continuing, no one says, oh, well, you're playing it, now you're dropping it. Well, no, I never was playing it. It was just a first look. Okay? So, in regards to that, all right, yesterday, when I was playing...
He kind of sold it with Dragon Quest VII as well, if you think about it, because he was like, we'll try it out, we'll see. He even told us, I'm not promising a playthrough. And I'm just gonna say it, I know a lot of people are assuming it's gonna get dropped. I don't think it's gonna get dropped. I think he's gonna beat the game, unless there's a super duper secret bonus thing, but I think he's gonna beat the game. I think this will be a playthrough he's gonna force on us, and he's gonna hit us with the same coping techniques. This will be a chill game. Yeah, guys, see, I don't care about the money. That's why I keep playing Dragon Quest VII, because it's a chill game. It's gonna be one of those playthroughs where he's just gonna force it on you. And then, like, over time, when people are like, Phil, all you care about is the money. And he's gonna use Dragon Quest VII as, like, the game to be like, see, if I care about money, why am I still playing Dragon Quest VII? I win. Even though he's, like, begging and trying to have other playthroughs carry that game. And again, like, he is making money. He's not making $0. Like, we all know he's making enough to, like, live comfortably in that pig pen he's in. So I don't think he's gonna, like, do anything crazy, right? So I think he's gonna force this playthrough down our throats, and he's gonna beat it to completion. He may not 100% it, but he's gonna beat it. I think he's gonna force this playthrough because he did this with every single Bethesda game. Like, look at Skyrim, look at Oblivion. I think, like, Morrowind was, like, the only game that he dropped from Bethesda. And this is a classic turn-based RPG that DSP can fucking live the glory days of his childhood with it. So he's gonna fucking, like, keep it. So yeah, I don't think it's gonna go anywhere. I'm just gonna say that. Because it's funny, the daily wrap that day when he was playing Dragon Quest VII, he gave us the two options. Option 1, you support the game, like that he expects. Option 2, he lets it ride, and the other streams make up for that. Now, here's the funny thing. In reality, he wants both. It's not one or the other, because if it was, he wouldn't be pleading for support for the game. He would just kind of, like, let it ride, and then go from there, right? But of course not. So it's just panic about getting support during the stream, and then cope with, if that doesn't work, cope with, I have the other streams that'll make up for it. So that's, like, what he's doing.
Was playing Crizzle, I conducted myself a little differently than I normally would. Does anyone actually know up front what it was? I'm just curious if any of you actually figured out what the difference was between the Crizzle stream and a normal stream. Let's see if anyone...
This dude, like, talks to his audience like they're on Dora the Explorer. Do you know the difference? Did anyone notice? And it's that, and then also, like, he runs his podcast like a fucking press conference. Like, like, we're at E3 right now.
Anyone in chat can get it. I'm very curious.
Anyone in chat can get it, by the way.
I'm going to give it a minute, because remember, the chat's delayed. I'm just curious. Someone got it already. Kimikaze actually just hit it on the head. She said, there was no asking for money.
Whoa.
You're right.
Right, yeah.
If you go back
Correct.
and you watch the entirety
and
of the time
I
that
asked for money on the night
stream, on this stream, which was 3.5 hours, okay?
But he did this experiment already. He already did this experiment last year.
You're going to notice.
You're going to notice
that
this.
Not one...
You know what? I wonder... Oh my god. This is going to be tism-tastic. But... I wonder if he did that experiment last year, like, around this time, because I know it was early on in the year, which makes me wonder if we are gonna do this experiment yearly. We'll see. I guess we'll have to wait until 2027 to see if DSP is gonna do another random experiment of not asking for support, because it just seems that we're looping the same kind of routine. Like, I think that's what Asmongold was last year. Like, Asmongold was in place of Kino Casino, but it was short-lived and moved on. And that's what Kino Casino was. He did drama, he got bank, he moved on. He did drama with Asmongold or whatever the fuck, then he moved on, and he made bank on it. And then around this time, last year, he did a experiment to not ask for money. It's like, we are doing the same thing that we did already.
time, not once, did I actually ask for a financial contribution whatsoever. Now, I did ask for engagement. I said, hey, the first part of the playthrough is the most important one. If you're on stream.
But you know what's so bad? You want to know what's bad about this? Think about it, right? So, in the past, look, forever at this point, he always goes from asking for an engagement to begging. He always used engagement to lead into a beg all the time, to the point where it's almost like a the fucking Pavlov's dog experiment, where the dog starts hearing the bell like a million times, the dog starts salivating, and it's like that's what's going on with this. He always says, okay guys, let's get some engagement and let's get some support, and it's like, okay, he's talking about engagement already, my brain is autofilling support. Like that is how like repetitive it is. Like it's so ingrained that like I feel like it's pretty much a beg anyway without begging. Like it's so insane.
Please like the stream to get more engagement for the channel. If you're watching this on demand, please like the video and leave comments. What are you thinking about the game?
What do you think?
Do you like it? Do you not? That will help this channel tremendously. I definitely said that, but not a single time did I actually say, hey, open your wallets, send me some super chats, send me some kits, send me some tips, send me some members, send me some subs. I never said that whatsoever. I never even mentioned the ways that you can contribute. I just acted like you couldn't. Okay?
I acted like you couldn't. I love that, because you could. He got tips and he got super chats during that stream. Like, it's not like he got $0. I love him acting like he got nothing that whole stream. When he got the same amount, I think he would have gotten even if he begged. This is how dumb this is. Like, it's really pointless to do this kind of like experiment, because he did it on a game that nobody even asked for.
Now, the thing is, I've done this before. All right, I have. I've done this before. And the last time that I did it, people gave me shit for it because they said, well, it wasn't fair. Why?
I love that they gave me shit for it, but the thing that people brought up, besides the marathon, besides that, the other thing is that it was only done on one stream. Like, it wasn't a true, like, experiment. And this, guess what, guys? It also is coming off of a fucking marathon. He did a marathon, like, a week ago. So it doesn't really matter. Like, maybe 2 weeks ago, whatever. You know what I mean. Like, he did a marathon recently. But regardless, the issue was that he did one day. Like, one experiment is that, like, short. You can't get any data. Like, even Asmongold fucking knew that experiment was bullshit. Like, dude, Asmongold, he was able to be like, I don't know if that's how experiments work, man. And he's like, and like, once he like sees through it, it's a dumb experiment. Come on.
Well, basically, I think it was like the day before I'd done a marathon. And I guess during the said marathon, I had actually done pretty good. It was like,
no, I thought it was the day after the marathon, because he had the marathon that he carried, whatever.
It wasn't fair. Why? Well, basically, I think it was like the day before I'd done a marathon.
I misheard him. I'm a dumbass.
And I guess during the said marathon, I had actually done pretty good. It was like a marathon where a lot of people had supported or whatever. Okay,
whatever. Dude, he got money during the marathon, and he's like, yeah, I got support, I guess, whatever. Like, dude, like, you're getting all this money, and you can't even be bothered to, like, even be grateful for any supports. I mean, I get it, like, a lot happens, you're not gonna remember everything in the years. I mean, I'm not gonna be super mean or petty about it, but I don't think it's a good look to just assume you made, like, no money, right? Like, he did a marathon, so he definitely didn't make no money.
And so, they said, you know, that's not a fair experiment to see what would happen because a lot of people had given a lot of support the day before.
No. Again, that's not what people were saying. I mean, that was part of it, but the other part was that it was only one day. It was an experiment he did on one day, and if I remember correctly, it wasn't even a game that people usually supported either. Like, it was such a silly experiment. It's like, guys, I'm gonna experiment if cigarettes are healthy by smoke. Like, I don't know a good example, but you know what I mean. It's bullshit. It's such a stupid experiment. Like, this is not how you make an experiment at all.
Therefore, the day after a very successful marathon where everyone basically unloaded with support, you're going to have less support. Now, the first time that I tried this last year, you want to know how much money I made? Because I told Asmongold in our
you know, if you think about it, it also doesn't make sense because he said it was an experiment, but then he said that, like, his rabbit died. I mean, again, the story with the pets, I'm just gonna be kind of honest. I don't fully believe it. The birds, I don't know. I don't know about the birds. Because again, you know, people say, "Well, I heard a bird in the office," but there could easily also be birds outside that could be picked up on the mic. I mean, I don't know. I mean, there was that one time where like you could hear like a baby or whatever, or a kid screaming in one of his content, and people thought he had a baby, and it's like, no, he didn't. What if he did? Maybe that's what's going on here.
Actual interview back in November, I made $30. The entire stream where I didn't ask for anything, I made $30 for over 5 hours of streaming. Okay? Not even $10 an hour, right?
But again, like, well, actually, wouldn't it be technically $10 an hour? Because he streams for like 30 hours. 30 hours. Like, 3 hours. If you think about it. So it kind of makes sense because he gets like 3 hours of gameplay. So he did make $30. He did make $10 an hour for gameplay. So I mean, that's not even true technically if you think about it.
Right?
Oh, he's including.
But everyone says that wasn't valid. Fair enough. Let's try it again.
Oh my god, I love he's like, yeah, fair enough. Even though after all that, it's very obvious he is kind of devaluing the criticism. Well, people said it's not fair, and this, that. I guess because I was running a marathon, they said it's not fair. Okay. But, like, again, you did it for one day. Like, you didn't do it for a week, you didn't do it for a month, you didn't see it how it would do in any other game. And he thinks that one day was enough. And then he waited a year, and he tried it on a no-name game that nobody even asked for. Like, he didn't even do that for Hollow Knight. Like, come on.
But let me try it on a day when absolutely no one will be expecting it whatsoever, and on a day where it's going to be an interesting strategy because of the game that I was playing. Yesterday when I played Crizzle.
See, this is why I thought that the experiment was going to be like a mix of, I didn't ask for support, and I'm trying out a game I picked, and see, guys, even games I picked don't get support. See what I mean? How hard it is to find a game to play? And I guess I was kind of right, but he was just doing the experiment of like, oh, look at me, I'm not begging.
This was the very first time ever that I had played this game. And very much we were testing the waters to see if people liked the game and if this was going to be a playthrough that I was going to do in the future. Now, let's be honest.
Okay, let's be honest.
There is a pattern when it comes to the levels of support that I receive on a stream. Okay, and the pattern is usually, if you really like the game I'm playing, and if I really like the game I'm playing, I'm having a great time, that comes through on the stream, and you support it. That's not...
Like, what game? When has that happened? We liked Clear Obscure. He liked Clear Obscure. There was no support. He didn't care for Baldur's Gate 3, because I don't think he hated it. I just don't think he cared for it. The viewers liked it. They supported that. Supposedly, we liked Hades 2. He liked Hades 2. Nobody supported that. What are these games that this has happened? Street Fighter 6 is maybe the only game? The only one? Maybe.
Not always the case. For example, Street Fighter 6 right now is getting massive support, and I basically destroy the game every time I play it, saying how bad it sucks, right?
He
The thing is,
destroys
there's
the game.
entertainment value there. And Street Fighter 6 right now is getting massive support, and I basically destroy the game every time I play it, saying how bad it sucks, right? The thing is, there's entertainment value there in seeing me rage and try to persevere against the game.
I will say the rage. Okay, I gotta show you this rage. This specific rage. I think I could still find it. I don't think it got wiped. I don't think it got wiped yet. Oh my god, what's he watching? It didn't, but let's.
Quest 7. That's a given. Come on.
That's a given.
Yes, the graphics didn't really have the level of.
Oh.
You don't.
Oh boy. Oh, a Hellraiser game? I never seen the Hellraiser movies.
We can come to an arrangement.
What do you want from me?
Great comedy, King.
An inexpensive graphics card and RGB RAM.
Okay.
They're way too goddamn price hiked right now. Can you have any?
Hilarious.
All that you are.
Right? See, here's the thing. Hellraiser Revival.
Okay.
So, it looks like it's going to be a first-person horror game with a lot of action and gore, right?
Whoa.
See, here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
Looks interesting, but at the same time, YouTube, for those who don't know, YouTube.
Oh my god, we're gonna fucking fearmonger fucking gore. Dude, you played a game where you shoot people. Like, come on. Come on.
YouTube is becoming way more strict.
I'm just gonna say it. I think this is a cope. I think in reality, he thinks that it's gonna get claimed because Hellraiser's like a property and a movie. And he doesn't want to get claimed for movies.
With its monetization policies. A game like that, it could be borderline. Like, because there's a lot of gore. You see bodies are getting torn apart and everything. And YouTube had a new policy they instituted in November that realistic violence is demonetized. You could still upload it. Like, you can make videos of it, but you can't monetize it.
Remember, guys, he gets the he brags how he's crowdfunded. But I guess not anymore.
So I wonder with a game like that, I mean, it's going to be so blatantly gory, right? And it looks like it's going to be like body torture and stuff like that.
Dude, you just watched the trailer.
I don't know what's going to happen.
Okay.
You know, it stands to reason. Like someone just said, what about Resident Evil? You're right. Like with Resident Evil coming.
Oh, see, this is what's dumb about this fucking guy. He's like, I don't know about this game, guys. And so I was like, what about Resident Evil? He never talked about that with Resident Evil. You noticed that, right? Resident Evil has all this shit going on in it, and he never once said, guys, I don't know if I could play Requiem. YouTube may demonetize me. He never once said that. One dude in chat says it, he's like, yeah, you're right, that could happen. But he's still gonna play it.
Coming up, as long as there will be parts of Resident Evil that will be totally fine, but if there end up being parts of Resident Evil that have a lot of gore in them, those parts could also get demonetized on YouTube. So.
Yeah, but that could also happen in this game. You think they're fucking torturing every second in that game? Come on.
It's tricky. It's a tricky line that we dance as creators as things evolve.
Oh my god, I hate the tricky line that we dance. Nobody wants to hear this. Just fucking play it or shut up.
Cultural norms change and, you know.
Culture norms. Dude, this has nothing to do with culture. It's just fucking YouTube. Like. It is so disgusting. This dude judges culture off of a website's terms of service. Like, come on, man.
You know, YouTube's guidelines change. You don't know what's allowed and what's not. It's not that I think that game is bad. First of all, I'll say the graphics, I don't know. They're not that good, in my opinion. Did you notice that the graphics didn't really have the level of detail that most modern games have these days? Who made this game?
Who made this game?
Saber and Boss Team Games? Oh, I don't know who that is.
Oh, Saber
so maybe
familiar.
It's not as big scale of a game, you know what I mean, as others. And that's why the graphics didn't look that great to me.
So then it can't be marked as realism because it doesn't look real, right?
It could be alright. It could be first person. Oh. Will it be like ultra extreme? I just want to find out, right?
But,
okay.
Oh my god, dude.
Oh, feeling the love today.
Every time he goes to stupid screen. Feeling love today. Fucking jerk off.
Very nice. Okay.
Jerk yourself off if you want to feel the love. God damn.
Give it. Come on. Content with gore and...
Okay, this is not what I wanted to see, by the way. I at least know the fight that this happens in. It was a jury. Yeah, I think it was this one.
The corner, none.
Yes, this is my favorite.
Can't do anything. No reaction. She wins. Literally, jump, mash. You're fucking retarded.
That is my favorite kind of rage he does, because it is like borderline, like it's borderline. Like I kind of like funny. It's like, wow, he's so mad, but it's also like you get. I don't know if it's necessarily secondhand embarrassment, but it's like, because it really is like childish rage, where he does mash. Then he like goes into a rant. Like just listen to
anything.
this.
No reaction.
When you watch it, just think this guy is an adult, and like
literally jump, mash. You're fucking retarded.
Like, that's the kind of rage you do, and then you feel embarrassed about doing it. Like, there are times where, you know, that does sometimes happen to me. I get this little, like, rage, and I'm like, oh god, that's that. And then, like, I feel bad about myself. And then I go from there. But this guy does, this happens so many times, where it's like, and even worse. So, like, that's kind of like my favorite rage that I get, that DSP gives us in Street Fighter 6. It's like a mix of, like, okay, normal rage, and then you get really like the unhinged like child rage that's like embarrassing. Like, dude, it's like this dude is like in his 40s and
anything, no reaction.
And he does this kind of rage. Like
literally jump, mash. You're fucking retarded.
And part of me thinks, like, you know, when I'm wearing these headphones, I do feel like I sometimes yell, because, like, I can't hear my actual tone, obviously. So I just gotta yell. He's not wearing headphones, and he's doing that. But that's, like, my favorite part of Street Fighter 6 is when you get to that level of rage, where it's, like, you will either laugh, and then you feel a little bit bad, but then it's, like, you know, it's DSP at the same time. Like, it's something.
It's a game that I really don't like that much, right? But for the most part, take a look at games right now such as Hollow Knight, which I absolutely am loving and liking more the more I play it, and RimWorld, which at first I was really having a hard time with, but now that I've learned this stuff,
he didn't learn.
Okay,
his chat kept
and
holding
I know
his
the basic
hand.
mechanics, and I'm still learning, and I have this great interactive time with you guys every time. Tons of engagement as people try to help me with the game. I really enjoy myself, even though it's stressful as hell. It's still good. It's entertaining. It's fun. People like it. They support it, right? So, knowing
I love his chat
well
begging for an EU3, and he
I
won't
was
play
playing
it.
a game
He won't even
where
touch the demo. Like I love, like, he was so annoyed during the marathon, where it's like, hey, why don't you try EU3 demo? And he's like, nah. And EU3 is gonna become like the Stellar Blade of this year or something. Like, people are gonna beg for him to play it, and then he may eventually like play it, but he's gonna be like in such a baby mode. He's like, oh my god, oh, of course, I have to go to the checkpoint. I gotta walk there. Okay, use this. Oh, I gotta change the ninja mode. Like, it's gonna be that.
I didn't know if I was gonna like it. I didn't know if you were gonna like it. I thought in my head, man, here's the thing.
Man.
I could ask for support on this stream, and to be honest with you guys, I know for a fact, 100% proven fact, if I had asked for support on yesterday's Crizzle stream, I would.
It is so, this statement is insane. Like, and this isn't the first time. He literally like throws at his own audience well, you ask and you shall receive. And it's like, it is so fucked up. And it's like, again, this guy mocked, like, Bad Bunny, not the singer, the streamer Bad Bunny, for the Twitch sub is $5, like, behavior. And this dude is literally telling his audience, I ask and you give. Like, it's so ungrateful and spoiled brat mentality.
I would have received more. I may not have gotten a ton,
more.
all right? But I absolutely guarantee you,
He did
without
get
a shadow
more
of
than
a
he
doubt,
asked before.
if I had said, come on, let's get some support. I'm covering more indies this year. I'm showing you what's good and what's not. If you like this new effort, you'll like the fact that I'm playing more games.
He already has done this. Whatever.
Support this channel.
Cool.
If you like all the changes and improvements I've made, you like the content, support the channel. And people would have supported. I would have got memberships. I would have got some subs. I would have got some tips. I would have. It probably wouldn't have been an overwhelming amount. No one's going to quote, oh, I don't really like the game Phil's playing, but I'm still going to overwhelmingly open my wallet and support the stream. That wouldn't have happened. Okay? But I would have got more.
Wait,
quote, oh, I don't really like the game Phil's playing, but I'm still going to overwhelmingly open my wallet and support the stream.
He would get mad at people for that. Like, dude, the Dragon Quest VII stream was him literally, like, panhandling his audience. It was insane. And I'm just gonna say, my other theory is, it was when he did this experiment, I think deep down he knew he was being a very ridiculous that day. Like, I mean, come on. This dude was going on fucking rants. The controller was basically put down so he could just fucking say, give me money. He yelled at Abdullah for not giving him money. He's like, well, if you want to support Street Fighter, why don't you give me the money now? And all this other shit. Like, he knew he was being really, really annoying. So he was like, okay, I'm gonna give them a break. I was being too ridiculous. Like, it's unbelievable. No shame. No shame.
The stream. That wouldn't have happened. Okay? But I would have got more. 100%. Right? There you go.
And he thinks this is a good look too. It's just literally him saying, if I asked, you guys would give me. And it just shows how much he takes it for granted. This is what I mean. Like I brought up this whole example of Mega 64 before, but like they have done like a stream, like I want to say they did like 2 streams. But I don't want to be mean about it, but like they have like talked to the audience about how like they're not, that they may have to like, stop making videos or whatever because they're not making as much as they were before, whatever. And that was like a very honest stream, and then people like did end up supporting them, whatever. And since then I don't think they have done another stream like that in that kind of manner before. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, how come, right? Like, he can't do that. Clearly, like, because once you do that too much, it becomes kind of like a people will not take you seriously anymore, and you start to form a bad reputation, like, because it's very understandable. It's a bad look to keep pleading with your audience to give you money and all this other stuff, but like, but they don't do that often, right? They don't do it like every day. They don't do it every month or whatever. This guy does it every day, and he brags about it. Like this is truly why DSP is a lolcow and nobody takes him seriously, because if anyone else did this, they would be lambasted and like forced off the internet and be forced to hide. But this is what people expect from this guy. They expect this behavior from him. Like, at this point, like, if he stops begging, you know something's wrong. Like, that's where we're at.
Now, what did this result in? What was the result of the experiment? And how did I feel it went? And how should I conduct myself moving forward? Let's talk about that. So the result of the experiment was as follows. By the end of the stream, again, me not asking for support, I got about $80 of support. I want to say it was like...
Oh, that's actually more than what he did on the first experiment. So, in my opinion, wouldn't that be a success? Because literally he went from making $30 to $80.
$82 or something like that. Okay? Is that the worst stream I've ever had? No. In fact, to be honest, I had a worse stream on Sunday night when I did the double indie stream of Sharks and Minnows and Terminator 2D No Fate. The reason for that is very simple. I'd already played those games multiple times. In the case of Terminator 2, we were already beat it multiple times. We were just trying to see the final ending, which actually wasn't even worth the time, actually.
I love that he took the time to do the alternate endings for Terminator, and yet he has never done the other ending for Clear Obscure, the game he loves. He has not seen the other ending. He finished the third act, but he never saw the other ending, so he never truly beat it. Think about that.
You know, and so you're going to get some initial interest in a game like that, but you're not going to get an audience coming back a million times and throwing money at it. You know what I'm saying? It actually wasn't even the worst stream that I had done recently, okay? But it certainly wasn't great. No one was showering me with support because I didn't ask for it.
Oh my god, and again, he devalues the support he had. Saying, I wasn't showered in support, so he got $80 for nothing. Dude, anyone else would be grateful for $80, or at least thankful. He's not, like, he's only thankful in the moment. After that, nobody showered me with money.
All right? There is an absolutely, positively, direct correlation between how much I ask for support and how much I get. 100%, there is undisputed evidence that if I ask for support, I will get more. And if I don't ask for support, I will get less. All right?
That's kind of insane because it's funny. He says I would get less. We have not established a baseline. So because if he asks for it, he asks for like the bare minimum of 150, but that's not good enough. He keeps asking for more anyway. We don't have a baseline to go off of, and it doesn't matter because at the end of the day, I thought we didn't need goals anymore. I thought you're doing good, but now it's like, well, $80, that's really nothing. Okay.
So then why didn't I ask for support yesterday? Didn't I want more? Yes, I did. Of course I did.
This dude is so insane, and he's like, I'm kind, I'm nice, I'm a nice fucking guy. Why are people calling me a scammer? I'm telling you like it is. Of course I want more. Maybe he's joking.
Of course I did. Come on. Let's be honest here. We all want more support. We all could use more support, right? So why didn't I ask for it?
Oh my god, he didn't even say I'm joking. I don't care if he was at this point. Because he always wants more. I mean, obviously everyone wants money, right? But like, dude, this is like insane. Insane to say this.
Well, there's two reasons. Okay? One reason is because if I was going to play Crizzle, and I was actually going to try to gauge audience interest in the game fairly, all right? The very first stream is the stream where you need to see if people are liking what they're seeing. And if you're saying, hey, support the stream, and people shower you with support, that could artificially inflate.
Uh-oh, guys, alert, we got a mask off moment here. This dude, it's genuinely insane because you know for a fact, let's say he got $200 during the Creasel stream. So, okay, great, what a successful game. I would even ask, if he got the same amount of money, would he come back the next day with his experiment nonsense? I don't know. But let's say he hit the goal, the not goal, right? He gets $200, he's a happy little guy. Okay. He plays Creasel like next week, and it makes $80. Guess what he's gonna say? Well, I guess you guys don't like Creasel. I guess you guys don't like it after all. Or whatever the fuck. He always bases the enjoyment of games off of the support he gets. It's like insane. And it's so dumb. It's so dumb. And this just shows you that he actually does artificially like games based on support. Because he's a fucking greedy little piggy. Of course.
The level of positivity that the game actually deserves. Do you see what I'm saying?
You see what I'm saying?
Like, let's say I was halfway through the stream and I was like, oh, guys, come on, we're only at like $60 of support. Let's go, let's get some subs. And then someone feeling, go, I'll help Phil. They drop 10 subs, right? And so I'll help Phil and I drop a $50 tip. Now all of a sudden, I got like $200, right? It's like, oh, well, you see, Crizzle did well. Well, no, in reality, Crystal's the same game. It's not that good. It's still boring. But people might have showered me with support because I asked for it. So if you do that.
But this is dumb. This is such a dumb, like, statement. Because if the game is, like, because you would think it'd be the inverse or whatever, right? Like, because honestly, if he still said the game was boring while he had all that money, it would actually help build the case for him that the money does not influence the game, right? And he's like, yeah, people support it, but people are also bored. But like, it is so flippant about the support. Sometimes he'll tell you that the support is coming regardless. Oh, people are supporting me because they like me, not the game. Whatever. It's really whatever he wants it to be at that moment in time. It is so worthless to have these segments. And I think it's truly getting to him in the sense that he has no structure in how to measure anything or what to think because he's such a drone.
On the first stream of any game, you're basically artificially inflating its popularity. Does that make sense? I think it does. If the premiere stream of any game that I play, whether it's an indie game.
Okay, let's go to his favorite game, Dragon Quest. Dragon Quest 7 Part 1. Let's see what he started that playthrough with. Let's see. $85. $85. That's where he started. Okay. Let's see. But then if you go to
Hello everyone and welcome back. It's part 3.
Part 3. $108. So there was only a $20 difference, basically, between Creasel and Dragon Quest 7. And yet, we are still begging for this game to get support. And this isn't begging, I guess. Like, it's not that different. But okay.
Game, whether it's a AAA game. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like if I had done that yesterday, I wouldn't have been doing the right thing.
So
and therefore, it would have not made sense because
right?
now, let's say the Crizzle stream made $200, right?
Oh,
so now I might be like, oh, I should do it again. But no one likes the game, including me, right? And to be honest, what will end up happening?
So then, why don't you just say that? Oh, well, yeah, we hit the goal because, like, he's kind of like he really doesn't want to acknowledge that he's basing this off of making support and making money for a guy that says, I don't care about the money. I'm not, it's not about the money. It's about having fun or whatever the fuck he tells us every day. But here he's saying, well, what if I make $200? Then I would have to play it again. You guys don't like it. Then just say you don't want to play it again. Like it's ridiculous.
Okay, is very simple. We're going to end up with another truck sim. We're going to end up with another situation where people are showering me with support and we keep playing the game, even though, quite frankly, the game is kind of boring and not that interesting. Okay, and not to say that I didn't like Truck Sim.
Again, we talked about this before, where he said, well, I can't just judge a game based on support. Remember the three things? Engagement, support, and what was it? Viewership? I want to say viewership. But whatever. It's those three things. And it's like, okay, if it's going to be those three things, then what if you get a game that 2 of the 3 works and it misses one thing? Like, why not just keep playing the game and base it off of that? So, he's playing Creasel. So he got the support, but he doesn't have the engagement or the viewership. So then drop the game. It only got 1 of the 3. That's like a not a good ratio to have. But let's say he plays Romeo is a dead man, and he gets the support and viewership, but no engagement. Hey, that's 2 of the 3 things. Why not just keep playing? Because maybe that will get engagement later down the line. Or it gets the viewership and the engagement, but not the support. Well, maybe over time it will get support. Like, all this is like based on instant gratification. The thing DSP says is bad and awful, yet he bases an entire channel off of instant gratification.
Sim at first because I did, but after a couple months of Truck Sim, it got played out. But we played it all year because I kept getting showered with support every stream, right? So,
but remember, he also hyped up, guys, imagine if I played Truck Sim into the new year. Oh my god, imagine. And he said it was chill fun. Until people start asking risque questions. Why didn't you ignore him then? Like, but the reason why he dropped it, you could say that about any other game. But whatever, okay.
The truth is, it's hard to judge how to handle this stuff. It really is. Do I ask for support every stream because then I'll do better as a big...
I love he's saying it's hard to do this when he said like last year he's gonna institute something new. He's gonna base on 3 things, 3 guiding principles: viewership, engagement, and support. What happened to that? But like he's saying this, and then like maybe next week he's gonna decide what he's gonna judge on, and then the next day I don't know what to judge on, because he wants to. He really wants his audience to say, Phil, you should judge on the king's tax. And then he's gonna use them as an example. And that's why, like, I don't think he's gonna go to the goals on his own. I think the only way he'd ever go back to the goals is if his chat bugs him enough to the point where they're like gonna be willing to be shields, willing to be thrown in front of tanks for having the goals come back. That's what it's gonna take. He's not gonna do it on his own because he made a big deal. But let's say Broden, Pepe Base, Emperor Ferbs, everyone on YouTube all said, Phil, let's bring the goal back. And Jade says, Phil, me joy goal. He is gonna do it. And then he's gonna say, you guys asked for this. You guys wanted this. Because he can't do it on his own because he cannot stand up for his own fucking policies.
The business, and you know, I'll be able to support my family better and improve the setup better and buy more games. Or do whenever I play a game for the very first time, do I actually make this just judgment that I should not ask for support? That way, if people do support the game, it's genuine because they like it. Or,
but then I have a feeling. Call me crazy, but I think he's gonna. If this is what he's gonna do moving forward, that he's not gonna beg on day 1 or whatever. He is definitely gonna say on the next stream, let's make up for the previous stream if it doesn't make enough money. And then, if he plays the game again a second time, he'll say, see guys, so now that you showed me you like it, let's support the game. Like, the begging is just gonna come back another day. Like, it really doesn't matter because you'll never truly get away from it.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Or, they don't support it because they don't like it and they genuinely don't want it to continue, right? Now, admittedly, this is kind of a double-edged sword for me. Because although it'll be better to try more games to find the hidden gems that we're all going to love and will end up being ongoing playthroughs that get lots of support, the more games that I take chances on means another chance that a game is going to suck and now no one will support it. You see what I'm saying? If I play...
But see, this is what I mean. Like, he's kind of saying this out loud, so we all know what he's going to look for or whatever. But why doesn't he just do this on his own and then make these judgments on his own? Why do we need to know this? Like, how come no other streamer is sitting there, like, trying to stress out their audience about when to keep a game? Like, this is really stupid. Because think about it like this, right? He's saying that, well, maybe I don't ask on day 1, so it's going to paint the expectation to some dent that has more than one brain cell, or a half brain cell, or whatever. So they're smart enough to remember this. Will just then carry the streams that they want to carry, or whatever the fuck. Like, come on. And he has gotten, like, a lot of support for AAA games day 1 sometimes. Like, whatever.
5 games this week, and out of those, 4 games we know everyone loves and will support, and 1 is a wild card. Versus this week, I played 10 games. 6 games are wild cards, and all of them suck. That might be 6 dead streams. So do you see the situation I'm in right now? Where there's no real way to determine exactly.
But again, just remember, $50 in tips was a successful stream back in the day, and that was like 2-3 years ago or whatever. Like $50 was a good stream. Now it's bad. Now
how
that's
to go
not
forward
enough.
because it's new ground for me, right? I don't know if it is it right whenever I play a brand new game, should I just not even mention support and let people genuinely and organically support that stream? I don't know.
I don't know.
Right? I'm very curious about what to do about this, right? The funny part about yesterday, undoubtedly, is my detractors were fucking losing their shit. They couldn't stand the fact.
I don't understand. How were trolls like they couldn't stand it? Dude, I thought we get happy when you don't make money. So how are we losing if you weren't begging for more money? What?
That I hadn't hit the phantom goal that doesn't exist.
Oh my god, this is so stupid. Because he thinks just us saying, well, he didn't hit the not goal. Like just us saying that is us freaking out apparently. But look at the games that got dropped because it didn't hit the not goal, right? Like he's now just talking about, guys, I don't know if I could go on. I need to make money. If I don't ask for money, this or that. Oh, guys, I did a stream, and the trolls are freaking out that I didn't hit the goal. Dude, you just freaked out about not hitting the goal, not getting money. Not hitting the goal, right?
And I wasn't asking for support. They were tearing at their clothes. There was fucking 10, 20, 30 sock accounts all typing in chat. You're not hitting the goal. Why aren't you asking for support? They couldn't take it.
No, they were celebrating. They were laughing. They were just like, see, you're failing. You're a failure. You can't get support without begging. And that's true, I guess. I guess DSP proved he cannot make money without begging. He needs begging. Begging is part of the business.
They lost their fucking minds because their little pea walnut-sized fucking brains can't comprehend that I'm smarter than them and that I have the intelligence to try to conduct experiments and do things like this to try to figure.
But look who you're conducting your experiments on. Your own fucking audience. And this is like kind of disrespectful. He's so lucky. His audience are a bunch of doormats. Like, no one else would want, like, if his audience actually had more than if they just had a brain cell, they would be like spreading awareness that this guy runs experiments on his audience and this and that. Like, because think about it. I mean, sure, this experiment is like a low-stakes experiment on the audience side, but it's still like disrespectful in the sense of like this experiment really isn't meaningful. Like, it's not like, oh, I want to see if like it, like, you know, sometimes like, let's see if people buy this merch. If we put this out, will they buy it? Like, that's one experiment, but that's like a very like straightforward like market research type deal. This is straight up, do I beg or do I not beg? How can I get them to just give me money? That's his experiment. And he benefits from it. But okay.
To figure out how to handle stuff moving forward, and it's not all about money. It's not, okay?
But it is about money. How is it not about money? That experiment specifically was tied to getting money. Like, this is insane. He is not. It's like he doesn't hear what he's saying. Like, what are you talking about? You not asking for support is tied to money, and he said, well, if I don't do that, then I won't get enough money. But if I do this, I need to get money. See, this is the tricky part.
Okay? In fact, to be honest, it's better off, way better off, that we figure out the right thing to do than just have me sitting here begging.
Why does he just play the game? Why does he just play games? Why not just, like, someone even brings up in this fucking podcast, Phil, why don't you just beg on, like, or ask for support on the beginning and end of a stream? But then you'll say, well, what if people come in during the stream? DSP, at some point, you have to, like, think, maybe the average viewer can figure out how to support you. Like, he already has a bot in chat posting tip links, and all this other stuff. Also, he's on YouTube and Kick. YouTube that has had super chats for years. You're telling me someone in 2026 doesn't know how to do it? Really? Like, it's crazy. This guy thinks so little of his audience, and it's so cool. It's amazing.
We're begging for money every stream because long-term success is more important than temporary short-term success. Even though I might have a bunch of great streams this week, if I don't know what to do long-term, next week might suck. I might be out of ideas, might be out of games to play. So let's...
But guess what? He's going to play the same games he's playing now next week. Like, he already knows what he's doing. This is stupid.
Let's actually work on this together and figure it out, right? So...
You're such a schizo, DSP Gaming. Yeah.
Let's do some shout-outs right now. And then let us talk about what we should do moving forward. Genuinely. Because this is an... Oh, by the way... the other thing is what happened last night on the late stream, and we'll talk about that in a second, too. Let's do shout-outs, though, because there's a bunch that came in. We have SimCard EIRE, who did a €1 super chat. Thank you to SimCard for the super chat. I appreciate that.
Remember SIM cards, guys? That's going away. Now we're at
220, who gifted our first sub of the day over on Kick.
Oh my god, we have weird 220 drama in this too. I'm not watching that.
Thank you to 220 for the gifted
sub.
sub.
But it's just there's no point. It's just the average usual 220 crash out segment. Oh my god, Phil, you're stupid. I'm done. Okay, 220, you're a fucking idiot. You're fucking stupid. You're a creeper. Blah, 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 blah. And then like the next week, 220 comes back. I love you, Phil. You're so cool. Slurpy, Slurpy. Here's some more money. Oh, thanks for coming back, 220. You're an idiot, but I love the money. And then like it's gonna happen again. Like who cares? It's just another ATM, another wallet for Phil to leech off of, and it's great. Because 220 deserves DSP in his life, and DSP deserves him.
Clout Siffler, who for 3 months as a member, says, can we run a poll to get a yes or no to continue Crizzle? No, I'm not continuing Crizzle. No. I'm super bored of the game. The audience was super bored of the game, right? The support was representative of that level of boredom. The videos aren't getting any...
Okay, I'm just gonna say this. I'm gonna say this about this now. About Creasol and him playing it and him using this as a base. I feel out of all these games, because I think he picked Creasol specifically because he knew it wasn't gonna hit the goal if he played it. So he could have this like fucking like meltdown, I guess. I mean, it's kind of hard to take him at good faith when this guy is such a fucking sleazy motherfucker. Come on.
Any views on them? I told you, parts 2 and 3 don't even have like 200, 300 views. No one cares about this game. It's dead. So no, I'm not playing Crizzle again. That's actually why, if you noticed at the end of the stream, what I ended up doing was trying to finish that safe puzzle. Because again, I wanted to have like the final end of my gameplay of it was, hey, let's do this puzzle, let's finish it. I'm not wasting time on a game like that. I'm just not. My time is my most valuable asset. It's not money, it's time. Time is the most valuable thing to me right now. I need to be doing smart and wise things with my time and not wasting it on games that just ain't it. And sorry, Crizzle, just it's not it.
What are we talking about?
Okay, there you go.
Like honestly, what's the point of this? If we're just gonna drop games that doesn't get support, that's like what we've been doing already anyway. Like, what was the point of this? Like, and again, as I said in the previous video, this guy is the master of wasting his viewers' time. Because he could have been playing Eugenics, he could be playing Romeo's a Dead Man, he could be playing anything. What did he decide to do? Play Creasol randomly. Ah, yes. I ain't answering it. It's bullshit. It's gonna probably be I don't know. It's DSP.
All right, so me. Thanks for supporting
right now.
For so long, Clout. I appreciate that. 220 also did a 500 kick and said, huge Phil W. Keep those detractors guessing. They don't even realize they're puppets in a grand experiment. They always are.
How? See, 220 is a fucking dumb fuck. He doesn't know what the fuck he's talking about. How are the trolls part of the experiment? What did he get us to do? say, "Lol, Phil didn't hit the goal, guys." Is that what the experiment was? Like, he's experimenting on his own fans. 220 really cannot talk because this dude literally was begging Phil to let him come back so he could give him more money. I like, honestly, 220 should be embarrassed all the way until the end. Like, honestly, this dude crawled back to Phil after Phil dumped on him like a lot, and then said, "Phil, I miss hitting the goals. I miss the thrill of hitting the goals," or whatever the fuck. And it's so insane. If they're like, this dude developed an addiction to giving DSP money. He has no room to discuss W's or L's or anything when he's a walking pathetic little bitch. Like, I'd much rather, like, people who have addictions to like cocaine or alcohol, they at least like can actually work to get off it, and that's actually at least, whatever. Having addiction to giving someone money is like the most pathetic thing. Come on, get out of here.
That's what I mean. Like, now at this point, I have been in this game for so long, I know exactly how to manipulate these people, and I do it every day. They just don't know it because they're too ignorant.
So is he manipulating me, guys? Is he manipulating me right now by making dumb fucking rants? This is like, dude, we know the level of trolling you do. It's not that deep. Like, fucking the snake arc really exposed just how like paper thin his whole scheme is. Because, like, as I said, even if you accept his entire snake arc as him lying and snaking, it still makes him look unhinged and bad. Like, it doesn't matter if he lied. Because look at what he lied about. You're telling me that you're a well-adjusted individual, that you're willing to rope in your own family in your own lies? Like, come on, man. Like, it's really fucked up. And he's sitting there like, yeah, well, I was lying. I was snaking the whole time. It doesn't make him look good at all. He got nothing for that. PPP got more out of Phil in that exchange than what he got. So him saying, I manipulate my trolls and they don't even know it. Like, what are you getting us to do? Making videos about you? Okay, sure.
Every single day, they're doing exactly what I expect of them and what I want them to do. So thank you for the super chat.
Sounds like hope.
I do think there may be a tip. I'm not sure.
Wasn't it a kick, not a super chat? Whatever.
That's because you're a troll. I know.
Whoa.
Someone did a $2 tip and says, the audience isn't a fan of being subject to experiments. If you want something, ask for it. No, that's...
Oh my god. The fans are... I really love how little, like, it never gets old. This dude favors his trolls over his own fucking fans. It is insane. Like, he makes it so easy. He makes it so easy for him to, like, respond.
No, that's because you're a troll. I know who you are. I recognize your email address. The trolls don't like being manipulated.
But we're not the ones being manipulated. We don't give you money, Phil. I mean, the only trolls he manipulates that give him money are the ones that just want to give him money. Like, these people, I don't even think they're trolls. They just give him money. And these are the people that he thinks that he's owning, I guess.
They hate it. They were so furious yesterday when I didn't ask for support, and they're outright expecting it. They're like, wait, where's the clip farm? Why is there no clip farm? So instead of there being a clip farm, they had to title their videos, his utter failure, Crizzle's stream crashes when...
They were gonna say that stream failed regardless. This dude is an idiot. He thinks that, like, we only care only on his begging, nothing else. Dude, like, the stream failed, and you can, like, and people have said this before. Even when he begged, you only get money for begging. So you not getting money, like, this is stupid. This makes no sense. Like, it would make more sense if he didn't beg, got like $200, and said, oh, my trolls are freaking out because I didn't beg and got $200. See, people like me. That makes more sense than I didn't get money and I didn't beg. See? Like, how are we crashing out when you literally, like, you only get money by begging. Like, get out of here. Think of what you're talking about.
Is when Phil only makes $80 instead of saying Phil crashed out asking for money. They couldn't do that video anymore because it didn't happen. You see? Thanks for the $2, but I know who you are. I'm not stupid. Okay.
You can't make videos about anything else, guys.
And there you go. Chimchar also throwing me money for a comment that I'm never going to read. Thanks, Chim.
Oh my god, dude. It's a fucking joke. Masturbator strikes again. Like that. Again, like, there's a South Park episode that is very funny to me, dude. They kept making the joke of master debater. Like, that, it's a funny joke. It's a good, it's like hilarious. And he's acting as if like Chimchar was like shitting on him. Like, I mean, come on, you can just roll with the punches. I thought you have thick skin.
Chimchar for $2. Okay. So, here's the other half of the equation of this experiment that I did yesterday.
The other half. Let's go.
I well knew that doing Crizzle as the first stream and that it may not work. All right. I knew that if I paired it with something that was a fan favorite and a troll favorite, that likely the...
This is dumb because he has played Street Fighter 6 on Tuesdays usually in the past. Like, come on. Your whole schedule is like a fucking pattern and routine and mundane. Like, you can kind of guess like the schedule for the most part.
The late stream would be a hit. And that's exactly what I did. I played Street Fighter 6 with Dalzim last night, and we had high attendance, high engagement, and really good support. In fact, the stream did so well, it made up for the fact that the Crizzle stream hadn't done that well, and I hadn't asked for support during it. So you see, this is very similar to what I was saying about Dragon Quest the other day. Dragon Quest just doesn't do that well when it comes to support. Even though I think it's an outstanding game, it's hard for me to...
I love that he like doubled down on, well, since Crucial didn't get support, see, it's a boring game. Dragon Quest 7 doesn't get the support, and I mean, I guess you could use that as proof that the game can be fun and doesn't need money, right?
To find a large audience that agrees. There is a small audience that agrees, but it's not huge, right? If I can play Dragon Quest, but pair it with other streams that do well, like RimWorld, for example, then it doesn't matter that Dragon Quest doesn't do well. You see, because the RimWorld stream overperforms, so it makes it so that...
So then, why do you beg so hard in Dragon Quest, or why do you try to get people to give you support for Dragon Quest if you're having other successful streams? Like, it's so obvious he wants all of the above to happen. It's the same shit. Guys, I really need tips. Let's get a tip. Okay, he gets a $50 tip. Okay, guys, we haven't got a super chat yet. Let's get a super chat. He gets a $50 super chat. Guys, where's the memberships? Guys, where's the kicks? Guys, where's the kick subs? Like, it's obvious he just wants all of everything going all at once at all times. Like, it's never enough. It's never enough.
That the slower supported Dragon Quest stream can continue. And I even explained earlier this week, if we can have staple streams that are doing well all the time, then I can choose to maybe have a game like Dragon Quest be in the rotation, not perform well, but still continue. The key here...
What about the other games that he has dropped when it was the only game not doing well? Like, again, he dropped Hades 2 for one stream that it didn't do well, dropped it forever. He had like, this is a nothing statement. He's only saying this now because he wants to play Dragon Quest 7. This is what I mean. This is why I think he's gonna beat it. I think he's just gonna play it till completion because he's just gonna say, well, the other streams are doing so well, it's carrying it. It's fine, man. It doesn't matter. Because it doesn't matter. He knows it doesn't matter. But it has to be a game he likes. That's the true factor. If he's playing a game he's indifferent on, at best, he'll play it until the support dries up. Then he'll drop it and move on.
Key here is I can't do it with a million games. It can't be, for example, I'm playing Dragon Quest and then Crizzle and then another indie game and then another indie game, and all of them are...
But this is not what he's doing. All the other streams are doing well. He could play Dragon Quest 7 and Crizzle, and again, Crizzle made $80. Like, that's not even that much of a difference between that and $100. It doesn't matter. It's, like, close enough. But $80 is not good enough anymore? Okay, dude.
Are horrible streams, I can't just keep having 4 or 5 streams a week that don't do well, right? I can do maybe one game like that, as long as everything else is going well. You got to balance it, right? That's the tightrope I'm kind of walking right now, and I'm trying to figure out.
So now that you did that Creasel gameplay, is he strapped for cash? Is he struggling? No, he's not. He was able to get Crumble Cookie no problem. Wait, what?
This year, man, has this year been different than previous years, where I'm really experimenting and trying things, and I'm trying to be transparent with you about it so you understand where I am, where I'm coming from. I'm trying to do what's best for everyone. I want variety. I want us to find the hidden gems that we don't usually play. But at the same time, I want the business to still...
He wants the hidden gems, but why didn't he play Mugenics? Why not play that game? See, this is why I believe it was kind of a rigged experiment, because why didn't he try this with a popular game like Mugenics? Nobody talked about fucking Creasel at all. But okay.
To still be doing well. I can't just sacrifice everything to try to find a few indie games. Do you see? So, let's see how it goes. But, here's the thing. Last night, abso-freaking-lutely on that Street Fighter stream, I hammed it up. I was asking and asking and asking some more. And
I hammed it up. Oh my god, dude. Like, this is nasty work. He's so lucky his fans are fucking stupid as fuck. Like, he's so lucky. He's the luckiest streamer alive. He is the luckiest streamer alive. Because he can literally, like, tell them to their face, you guys are a bunch of fucking dumb fucks. You guys are stupid. I don't really like you, but I love your wallet. They would still stick around.
And then when I was done asking, I asked again. And I made over $200 on the Street Fighter stream last night.
Again, he's bragging that yeah, let's hear this again.
I hammed it up. I was asking and asking and asking some more, and then when I was done asking, I asked again. And I made over $200 on...
When I was done asking, I asked again. Wow, man, you sound so cool. Man, imagine, but goddamn, imagine if he asked for if he said a Twitch sub is $5. Imagine the travesty if he said that.
On the Street Fighter stream last night, which then adjusted and made up for the fact that the Crizzle stream didn't do good. And we were fine. And today, I slept easy. I woke up today refreshed saying the experiment actually worked. Now we know Crizzle just didn't work as a playthrough. People aren't going to like it.
But yes, oh my god, this experiment, it's so clear he's just saying this just for marketing almost. Like, it's such a worthless segment, because he has said this about other playthroughs already. So off the bat, the experiment angle is already, like, not truly true.
And Street Fighter is still working well. We'll keep going with that, you know? But here's the question, quite frankly, right? Do we do this every single time now when I play a new game? Do we actually let the game speak for itself? Let people support if they like that game?
But remember, guys, this is him manipulating the trolls. Like, I just love that. He got mad at some guy saying that he doesn't like that the fans don't like being manipulated. I mean, he didn't even say anything else, supposedly, because it was a tip, and he didn't read the whole tip, right? But this guy was blatantly telling, yeah, I hammed it up. I pretended to ask for more, and I kept asking for more. Hilarious.
And the gameplay and playthrough I'm creating of it. And if it ends up being a game where I play it and it doesn't do well, that's basically speaking volumes that people don't like the game. Is that what we should do? Because is it fair, for example, again, with Crizzle, what if I had asked for support and made $200? Do I play it again? Because the game is still boring. The game didn't get any better because it was supported.
Again, if the game is boring, then why are we talking about the amount of money it made? Like, and honestly, you could even look at this as disingenuous. Because at that point, if DSP is bored with the game, he'll just stop asking for support. Is that what we're going to have to look at moving forward? Is if he stops asking for support, does that mean that he's going to hate the game? Like, look how dumb this is. Like, it starts to become that it's him openly going to start manipulating his audience, if you think about it. Because I guess he needs to ask. If he asks, that means he likes the game. If he doesn't ask, he thinks the game is boring. But then what if the Dents magically decide that they want to support the game that he thinks is boring? What then? Like, the fact that we are confused on this really says a lot that you know, oh my god. Goddamn.
The game was still boring, right? Like, take a look at a game like Quarantine Zone. The first stream was actually really good. The second stream was decent, and the third stream was boring as hell. Some games are going to be like that. So you naturally figure that out over time, right?
Right.
Not every game is going to be a giant playthrough that's going to succeed. Whatever. That's okay. Maybe it's just good for a few hours, and that's another thing that we need to understand and explore this coming year. So how do you judge it? Dabhand says it's tough because with Dragon Quest VII, it just doesn't get great support on the first part, even asking for it. Half of it is just from one person. Then do we drop it? I don't want to drop a great game so easily. You're right.
You're right.
In the case of Dragon Quest VII, that one is one of my favorite genres of games. Okay.
So it gets a little bias. It gets a little protection, a little cushion.
Some genres I'm gonna want to try to bite the bullet and play anyway, just because they mean a lot to me, even if they're not gonna get giant support. Nothing here just said. My humble opinion as a fan: the slight increase in support when you ask for it versus the slight decrease in support when you don't ask. But then people can't clip you asking for money is worth taking that hit.
Oh
now, here's the thing, though.
Oh my god, this is so stupid. Like, oh, it would be worth taking the hit because you don't want to give the trolls content. The trolls will find content regardless. Secondly, like, why does he think about the enjoyment of the streams for his audience? Like, he never once thinks this. Like, Kirk keeps coming back, he says racist things, he gets banned again. Why did he say, well, it's not worth keeping a fucking racist in my chat, so I should just ban him and move on with it? Like, you know, I don't want racism in my chat, right? Shouldn't he say that? Oh, he gets people who spam in his chat. He's like, well, guys, you gotta deal with it, or whatever. Oh, 220, you want me to ban all the 220 accounts? If you see it in your chat, you should ban it, right? Like, why does he, like, think about the enjoyment of the chat? And then he gets butter when Kick Chat is, like, trolling him. And it's like, but you want the Kick Chat to be trolling you for some reason. Like, what are we doing?
Last night when I played Street Fighter, I hammed it up. I made a ton of money. So that made up for the Crystal stream. But then guess who clip farmed? Oh, Phil went extra hard on the Street Fighter stream because his Crystal stream failed. And so look, he's really asking, he's going...
So then why... Like, he's doing it to himself. I'm sorry, like, you really can't, like, shoot people on victim blaming Phil on this one, because he does it to himself all the time. He didn't hit the not goal on the Crystal stream. Remember, there's no goal, so how do we know what's a successful stream look like then? Support-wise, right? Secondly, he started that stream asking for more, and then he's like, what? People clipped me? Damn, DSP, it's like people just think it's really obnoxious when the streamer keeps asking for support to the point where it's, it's excessive. I know, it's crazy. Again, this is the same fucking guy that got mad at Bad Bunny, the streamer, saying, a Twitch sub is $5. Like, come on.
Going crazy, he's out of control, right?
I smart, dude.
So I honestly don't know what to do. It's tough, right? This is
so
new ground.
Hard.
Like, for example, all right, right now I don't know what I'm gonna play on Friday at all, because it was gonna be Crizzle. I'll tell you right now, I'm not playing Crizzle again on Friday. I don't know what I'm gonna play on Friday. Okay, if the marathon demo releases after the state of play on Thursday, then I'll probably try the marathon demo. But if the marathon demo doesn't drop as rumored, then we have an open spot. Let's say I decide to try a couple indie games, right? Now, do I say, hey...
I'll try indie games. Remember when he was like, I want to be the voice of indie games. I want to find the truth. And he's already writing off indie games. This dude is so lame. If you want to be the voice of the indie games or find the good indie games in the rough, why don't you play an indie game then, right? Like, come on.
Support indies? Or do I just let them ride and see what happens? What if both games suck? Now I have an open spot. Let's say I decide to try a couple indie games, right? Now, do I say, hey, support indies? Or do I just let them ride and see what happens? What if both games suck? Now I have a dead stream. It's not my fault. I tried some.
Anything can suck. This is so stupid. He's sitting there like, oh, what if it sucks? What if you die? What if you die tomorrow, Phil? What if Cat accidentally spills bleach in your coffee? What if something happens? What if anything can happen? Like, okay,
something new, right? You know, I don't know. What do you do?
What do you do?
Friday night, we're doing Street Fighter 6 Friday Night Fights, and Street Fighter 6 usually does well. So do I ham it up on Friday night to make up?
So now the game plan is if I do this and I don't beg, then I ham it up on the night stream. So regardless, the night stream will get punished for whatever happens on the day stream. Like, this is like awful. And he's like laughing and like, oh, do I do this? Do I do that? Why don't you fucking get a job at that point? Like, honestly, if this is how you're gonna run your streams, why should anybody watch you? Is this meaningful? Like, this is why he should always be like, that's the thing. Like, he needs like Moist Critical and Asmongold to constantly monitor him. Like, at this point, it's like he needs to be put under a streamer conservatorship, whatever Britney Spears was on. He needs that, but for streamers, because he's so helpless. He doesn't know anything.
You see? Yeah, I don't know. Deadlock's a possibility of a game that I could try again.
Yeah,
I liked Deadlock during the marathon, and I do want to try it again eventually. The thing is, Deadlock also isn't going anywhere. It's a game in development, and it's not going to be out anytime soon. So maybe we just we take our time with that. We fill it into the schedule when there's holes to fill.
Yeah, marathons. I love we can fill it in the schedule when there's holes to fill. You're not playing a game on Friday. I have nothing to play on Friday. Sounds like you got a hole, right?
There you go. Well, Broden is saying many people are saying getting rid of the scrolling banner. Many people donate because they won't be blasted. Many people donate because they won't be blasted all over the stream and VODs.
No, I'm just gonna say keep the banner. I don't give a fuck. Keep the banner. Keep the King's tax. We should always know how much money he makes.
The truth is, this is not the problem. The problem is the stalking detractors. Because when you donate, let's say you do a super chat, that's going to be in the chat. They're going to see it. This isn't the problem, right? When you tip, you can literally make your name anything. You could tip right now and say, Pee Wee Herman has tipped me $5, right? That protects your identity. So that's not a problem. I'm telling you, this.
Yeah, but then when it's a username he doesn't know, he's like, I don't know if I can trust this. What's this? What's that name? Tell me who you are. But people will always shit on him for saying, like, for doxing, but it's that it's so weird because to a degree, I don't think DSP is gonna be like, okay, guys, this is the username, the address. Look at this. But I do think he's irresponsible for some data. But I think like whatever he gets from PayPal, I mean that's like, you know, whatever. But if you're gonna like, you know what I mean? Like he's not like an active doxer, but he could become one. Like that's the thing that's like really like scary about Phil. You never know what's gonna happen in that head of his.
This is not a problem at all. And if anything, a lot of people do like the fact that they get the credibility that they do by contributing and being on that thing. That's why it's always worked. That's why so many people use that, all right? The problem is the harassing, doxing, crazy, maniacal idiots on the internet who actually try to hurt people who donate to a streamer because they're mentally challenged. You know, they're sociopathic losers. Nothing here said. There's pros and cons to asking, and at the end of the day, it's just going to be your call. It's your channel, and there's really no right or wrong answer. You're right.
You're right.
There is no right or wrong answer.
You're right. So we're just gonna do the same thing we've always been doing, and I'll do whatever, and that's it. So yet again, we have a time-filling segment that's a complete waste of time. Yes, this is what the kids love.
Because no matter what I do, my detractors say I did the wrong thing, so I don't care what they say. What I care about is those of you who actually do care about me and my content.
And yet you talk more about what the trolls say. And yet you don't care what your fucking fans say, because if you did, why don't you just move on?
Those of you who enjoy the stuff, who want me to find the better games this year, right? This is a cool year where we're going to be trying a ton of stuff, right?
Why didn't you try Mutagenics? I love it. Like, we're going to try new stuff that is crazy. Mutagenics comes out. This game looks scary and stupid and ugly and looks like poo. No! Okay, man. Cool.
We are. I want to find the good stuff, and I want to know if it's genuinely good, or if you're just kind of being nice to me because you support me, and then I don't want to play that game again anyway, right? It's a tough one.
But he has literally played, like, Truxim got support, a lot of support, but he kept telling us the audience was bored of it. So then it was very easy to drop it, right? How could he figure out something is boring if he got support, right? How did he do that for Truxim, Phil?
It's a tough one, honestly. We'll have to try to figure this out together. But I, personally, if you were to ask me how did yesterday go, I think it went as well as it possibly could have been. Because if I had asked for support during Crizzle and got a ton, now I have a skewed perspective of how good the game is. Did people support because they like the game, or did people support because they just like me and they want me to succeed? Right? Maybe if more people would have supported and said, I don't like the game, but I want you to succeed, count this toward you and not the game, then I would have understood that, right?
See,
but most people would.
This is dumb. Because why don't you just assume the support's going to you? But again, like, he keeps tying to the game, so it's easy for him to understand what to play, I guess. But it's like, I don't think his audience even cares. The LARPers care because the LARPers know it gets a reaction. Like, look at the Dragon Quest VII stream on Tuesday. He literally was crashing out his audience because they were like, oh yeah, this game is boring. And he's like, oh my god, this game's not boring. You're boring. It's great.
Would never do that. They'll support a game they like, and they'll stay away from a game they don't. And that's actually what happened, is a lot of people tuned in early for Crizzle, watched the first couple hours, were like, oh, this ain't it, it's boring, and then they just left. They didn't support, they just, I'm out of here, I'll come back later for Street Fighter. You see?
See? God, this music, dude.
Let's see.
Oh, now we're in the church. It's not like church music. Oh, hallelujah. We are here today to figure out if we will play Crystal.
There were more, I wasn't checking. We have more support over here.
Lord, do we love Crystal? Is Crystal the game for us? I say not. Instead, we will play.
So I got a $2 tip.
7.
This person says, I think the evidence shows the contrary when it comes to asking for support, giving you more money. Dragon Quest, Turbianter, I didn't even meant to say Terminator, Sharks and Minnows, Dredge, Hellmark debut stream, even Quarantine debut stream, all games where you asked for support got less than Crizzle. But you're right, but I would like you to...
But here's the thing. I like Dragon Quest VII.
Take a look at all the games you just mentioned. Every single one of those games you just mentioned, except one, is an indie game. Dragon Quest is not an indie game, and it's an RPG.
What?
It stands alone because I just can't get a lot of attention and support for RPGs. That's a staple around here, right? That's a thing you expect. Every other game you just mentioned is an indie game. Every one, right? Oh. And this is new content for me. This is...
Oh my god. What?
Not the kind... Literally, old Phil never would have played Quarantine, Hellmart, Dredge.
But Creasel made more money than that. And even, like, what are you talking about? Let's hear this again.
Got less than Crizzle. Turbianter, I didn't even meant to say Terminator, Sharks and Minnows, Dredge, Hellmark debut stream, even Quarantine debut stream, all games where you asked for support got less than Crizzle. But
those were indie games. Creasel is also an indie game, and that you didn't ask for support, and you made more money than the indie games where you did ask for support. What? What is it? What is that? Okay.
You're right, but I would like you to take a look at all the games you just mentioned. Every single one of those games you just mentioned, except one, is an indie game. Dragon Quest is not an indie game, and it's an RPG.
An indie game too.
It stands alone because I just can't get a lot of attention and support for RPGs. That's a staple around here, right? That's a thing you expect. Every other game you just mentioned is an indie game. Every one, right? And this is new content for me. This is not the kind. Literally, old Phil.
This isn't new content. You've done this already. You what?
Never would have played Quarantine, Hellmart, Dredge, Sharks and Minnows, or Terminator 2D. And those are all.
Yeah, you would. You would play Terminator definitely because it's a fucking IP movie game. And he loves Terminator. Of course these would play Terminator.
5 freaking games I've already played in 2026 that I never would have played in the past. This is going to be...
But he only played those because there's nothing else to play. There's no AAA slot for him right now.
A situation where we need to base... Or we need to build an audience for indies. We need to get people now in the mindset that Phil plays indies. And he's going to check these out per the recommendations of his audience. We need people to know this now.
But he played indie games, made less than Creasel, continued playing them to completion. Creasel made more money at launch, gets dropped. And he didn't beg. Like, what he's saying is irrelevant to what the dude was talking about. This is what this fucker does. You bring up a point, he'll just throw at you like all this other data and information, so you forget the initial point. This guy is an idiot.
Now, right? But I don't think what you're saying is necessarily representative of the overall truth, because the streams that do well when I ask for support are RimWorld, Street Fighter 6, Hollow Knight, and more. It's not really the game. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, those are all indies, and therefore the indies, it's going to be harder regardless because people aren't used to me playing indies. A lot of people still have this weird negative association with indies, feeling like they're...
No, it's him. He's the one. He's the one, dog. He's the one that has this, like, it's insane. This kind of shit's insane to me because you watched him talk about fucking eugenics, and he's like, oh, eugenics, ew, gross, all this shit. And then when it's like, like, he's saying that other people have this stigma against indie games. No, motherfucker, it's you.
Like, they're not worth anyone's time. They're just rinky-dink small games. I'll come back when Phil plays Resident Evil 9 this month.
That's what he thinks. And I guarantee you that's what he thinks. Oh my god, dude, this is bullshit. Because there's nothing else for him to play. There's no factual AAA game for him to play. At all. And he's acting as if, like, that I'm making the brave stance of playing indies right now. No, you have no choice, bitch.
That's what some people are legit saying right now. Phil's just doing all indie shit right now. There's nothing going on in games. I'll be back for Resident Evil Requiem because that's a staple that Phil always plays Resident Evil and his playthroughs are always great, and I'll be back for that. You see?
But he doesn't play Resident Evil that much. How is it a staple? He only plays it when it's either a Halloween marathon, when he's ever in the fucking mood to play an old one, or a new one comes out. He doesn't play Resident Evil that much at all. If I want to go to someone that plays Resident Evil regularly, I'd rather watch fucking Garrett from Mega 64 play it. He at least is more of a fan than he is.
So no, I don't believe that every time that I ask for support, it doesn't work. That's just not the case. But there are situations where there's going to be a pattern and it just really won't have much of an impact. And it seems like indie games, in some cases, that's been the case. Like people.
But there is no pattern. You never not ask for support during any indie game. Craysol was the only one. It was the only indie game he didn't ask for support. He asked for support in every single indie game before that. And he's saying, I never asked for this or that, blah, blah, blah.
People just aren't going to support the indie game because they don't feel like it's big enough or in a big enough of an event or whatever, right? Someone tipped another $250, says, I think Street Fighter is always going to do well as a stream and it's not a good testing ground. Completely false. That's absolutely false.
What did we test in the Street Fighter stream? He just begged for more money to make up for the day stream, and that's what he got. What was the testing ground?
Street Fighter 6 was doing terribly at one point, and I kept playing it because I wanted to have a fighting game in the rotation, and that's one of the other reasons why I dropped it last year. Not only that I was...
Oh my god, dude, this is like Crazy. Crazy.
False. Street Fighter 6 was doing terribly at one point, and I kept playing it because I wanted to have a fighting game in the rotation. And that's one of the other reasons why I dropped it last year. Not only that I was
He told us he dropped it because he hated the game or whatever. Now he's like, I dropped it because the support was
completely
low,
burned
right?
out on the game and not enjoying it, but the support was gone. Like, people were just not caring about that game anymore. Right now, Street Fighter has been a staple win over the last month. That doesn't mean that it's going to continue forever. You know?
Remember when he tested out playing Street Fighter 6 on the day stream, and we have yet to do that again? It's because, guess what? He did it because there was nothing else to play, so he put it there because there was nothing else. This dude is so lame.
No, right now, I'm just playing through all of my characters. You know, Friday I'll probably use Blanca, and then after that, maybe I'll go back with another rotation through. Eventually, I'll probably go back to Sagat, try to get in the Master.
And we will never do ranked. It's so worthless for him to even try to do ranked to do Master at this point. He gets Sagat to Master, he'll never go back to ranked. Like, it's so pointless. And then he has the nerve to say, I don't care about rank. I don't care. Okay, so then why don't you do ranked? I just want to have fun and play casuals. Because casuals allow him to play scrubs or people who are not serious. But then he will be upset if they play weird. And then if they take it seriously, they're also wrong. Like, what are we doing here?
But after that, it's going to start to get more stale. And then we're going to be back to square one. So it's not always Street Fighter. You have to understand that. I think you need to do multiple streams of not asking, then compare with multiple streams of the same where you ask. In the end, I think it's all confirmation bias in the end. It is.
What? Oh, man. Cool.
And the truth is, the other thing I got to be careful of is doing too many experiments, because I...
Notice how he didn't really even acknowledge what the dude said. He said, I think you should do like a week of doing this experiment. And now he's like saying like, I can't do that. I can't do that, man. So maybe don't say it's a fucking experiment, dumb fuck.
I still need to have a successful business. You understand that, right? Like...
But that's part of doing this experiment, so you can learn. You have to do this within a week, at least, to understand what is actual behavior of your fucking audience. If you're trying to see how they support when you don't ask and when you ask, it's best to get a better pool of data than on one day. What if one day a dude shows up and he just got paid and he's like, I gotta pay my man Phil? That means nothing. Come on.
I can't say, oh, well, I'm just going to half the streams this week. I'm going to do experiments and they all fail. Well, then I've just shot myself.
But you're doing an experiment of you're doing one experiment. This dude thought, when the guy said, you should do like experiment like that's a week long or whatever, he thinks all those are individual experiments. No, it's one experiment because you're measuring how much support you get by not asking. That's the experiment. That's why you need to do it for more than one day. He won't do it for more than one day because he's that terrified that he's going to lose his house, I guess. Even though he tells us every day, I'm doing better right now. I don't need to beg. I don't need goals and all this other bullshit. And then when it's like, okay, so why do you do this? I can't. I have to run a business. As if he were to not, if he did a week of not asking for support, he's acting as if he's going to be like, astronomically behind. I thought this was a stable job, Phil.
Myself in the foot. I know the formula that works because I've used it.
So then why do this experiment? Again, this is just him purely saying this because it sounds cool. Not at all what it means or what it implies. He just wants to sound like he's a smartass, and he isn't. He's a dumbass.
I should stick with what's working while also trying to balance it with things that may not work. Does that make sense? Like
He's talking about playing games. That's what this is about. It's not any genuine, real data that he's collecting on his own audience. This is so stupid because everything about this guy is a waste of time. It's just the same shit every day.
Like, I need to do a proper balance. So it's a tough situation I'm in right now because this is all new ground for me. A 17-year creator.
He keeps repackaging this shit as new. It's not new. He's done this before. He's played indie games before.
Facing new ground because things are so different. But the thing is, this is all a positive. I want everyone to understand this as strong as I can make it a point. This is all a positive change. This is stuff improving. This is not stagnation. This is not boredom.
It is stagnation. I kind of feel that all these rants we've been getting lately is a product of his content stagnating, because he knows there's nothing else to talk about. He has no interest in any of the game news that's coming out. He has no other things going on, so he's lashing out. Like, that's how it comes off as.
This is us trying new stuff because things have been going so well. And I'm grateful for that, because I'd much rather be in a situation where we're excited for the future. We're trying new games. We're trying new methods when we play the new games.
I mean, keep in mind, he talked about having a variety show. We have yet to do this. We talked about this dumb fuck variety show since the summer of last year. And he's like, oh, I want to do a variety show. Why don't you do it now? Why doesn't he do some variety in his own fucking podcast? He's like, well, I need to do the variety show to talk about, like, politics and all this other stuff. Why don't you do it now then? Oh, but he needs to get guests on. Do guests whenever. I mean, nobody does guests every day or every week. I mean, you're not a talk show. Why not just do whatever of your dumb fuck shows? Instead, they all blend together. The morning show and the Level 1 podcast feel so similar. It sounds insane to say they're different.
To see what works and what doesn't, as opposed to us saying, well, we're just stuck in a rut and we got to do the same thing every day because it's the only thing that would possibly ever work, even though it doesn't always work and I'm miserable. It's the opposite. I'm actually
that's what he's doing now.
Excited and invigorated to come to stream every day and hang out with you guys.
Why doesn't he try Mugenics? Why doesn't he try Romeo's the Dead Man? Why doesn't he try Bleach? Why doesn't he try anything? Instead, it's just, well, we gotta stick with what works.
Have a good time. It's a great feeling that we're doing all this new stuff together. We're breaking new ground, as they say, right?
What's the new ground? Why can't he tell us that? He keeps saying we're doing new stuff. What's the new stuff? Playing a new game.
Here we go. I just received an $8 anonymous tip. Let me play an animation for that, and then I'll tell you what they said. This is interesting, actually. This is $8 anonymous tip, and they said...
This is very interesting. $5 animation for an $8
Yes,
tip.
I would love to support you publicly, but yeah, it's just too hostile. Thank you for having an anonymous way to tip you and support. Exactly. If
this dude's stupid. Were you gonna use your fucking name? I would love to use my real name to tip you, Phil, but I would want to stay anonymous. Oh my god, these people.
If ever any of you, all right, like the content and you want to support it and you want, I don't know your name, I don't know. You can say just leave me anonymous and put the message in the body of the tip. That's it. You're protected. Now, this is exactly why the trolls hate this, and that's why they constantly leave me anonymous and put the message in the body of the tip on YouTube. I don't know where you're even watching from. And when you tip me, all you got to do is say the name you want to be referenced by, or you can say just leave me anonymous and put the message in the body of the tip. That's it. You're protected.
I mean, I think he's talking about what the viewer sees. Because the viewer won't see his email and this and that. I mean, that's why I don't really go hard on, like, oh, DSP knows who you are. Like, because the data he gets on his end, it's stuff that he wouldn't share anyway. Or he shouldn't share, I guess. I mean, but it only becomes a problem if he will use it, what's going to happen with that information, whatever. I mean, this is just general, like, shit, right?
Now, this is exactly why the trolls hate this, and that's why they constantly lie about PayPal and say shit like, oh, when you tip Phil, you dox yourself. No, you don't. But they want you to think that so you won't tip that way, and you'll try to support another way so they can get your information. That's literally why they lie about it all the fucking time.
Wait,
they're upset yourself. No, you don't. But they want you to think that so you won't tip that way, and you'll try to support another way so they can get your information. That's literally...
Okay, the last part he didn't need to say. So I guess what he's saying is that the trolls want people to not use, for people to not to tip him, and then support him through, let's say, super chats, so they could get that information. Okay, here's the problem though. What if that person makes a YouTube account named Anonymous? and then did a super chat anonymously, and there's no videos on that channel. That channel is not linked to anything, whatever. What information can the troll glean from that? Right? Or, whatever. Like, Robert Dink fucking did a super chat. Is anything gonna happen to Robert Dink?
Really why they lie about it all the fucking time. They're upset that people can actually support. This is also why they claim every tip I receive is fake. Every single tip Phil's ever gotten.
They say the tips that he gets are fake. I feel it's a meme because there are times where he says, you don't know what's real. You don't know if I'm faking it. You don't know. So who cares? Secondly, whatever. I don't.
Forgotten was a fake. He doesn't make that money. He's a liar. He's a poor. He's broke.
Like,
no.
He does kind of get your information because people it's whatever. I mean, it's kind of like you kind of have to like have faith in the person that will not dox you or whatever. But it's like, I don't think DSP is that kind of guy. But do whatever you want. Like, it's kind of annoying for a streamer to hound you and say, this doesn't happen, or whatever. Like, hey man, if they want to tip you, they're gonna tip you, whatever. Like, because honestly, you could just sit there and say, well, he does get tips. I mean, he gets tips, obviously. Why aren't these people doxxed, right? Like, I mean, come on.
The tips have legit always been real, and they can't handle that fact.
Like, all he gets is an email. But as long as his tips are all real, what about the times where he gets charged back, like from Snorlax King, right? What about that?
That people like the content, support it positively, and can't be attacked for it if they tip, so then they lie about it and they try to cope. So there you go. Robert did a $2 super chat asking, will I play the new Yakuza? There is no new Yakuza.
Oh my god.
The new Yakuza? It's actually a remake?
But at the same time, right now, Japanese style, usually a good gameplay loop that's addictive and fun.
Okay, I don't need to hear him.
Right? When I was playing Yakuza back in the day, YouTube covering Yakuza.
Oh my god.
By parts of Yakuza.
Wait.
And I was doing it in English. Scale. Not many people knew about the franchise in Western speaking, English speaking audience.
Yeah, Divu was the only one who knew about Yakuza. No one else. He's the only one. He started. He played the PS2 games, right? No, he didn't.
I was actually one of the few people on YouTube.
Like, this is kind of bullshit because he played Yakuza Dead Souls. Then the other Yakuza games was through Patreon. And he's like, oh, I was the only one. No, you weren't. There were other people playing the game.
YouTube covering Yakuza, and I was doing it in English. Most people playing Yakuza were doing it in Japanese.
That's not true. No. He's acting... Oh my god, he's acting like Yakuza was purely a Japanese. Like, wherever you watch it was all Japanese. Like, the game came out in English. They localized it and everything back in the day. Okay, man. Whatever.
So people used to come and watch my playthroughs in droves on the back end. I used to get tens of thousands of views on my parts of Yakuza. Seriously. Now, no one watches my Yakuza. Everyone says, oh, everyone else already played it. Everyone else does better than you, Phil. So the audience kind of went elsewhere, and there's not much I could really do about that. Again, Yakuza is kind of like a guilty pleasure that I have, kind of like Dragon Quest, where I know I like it, I would like to play it, but I know that I can't do it if I have other things going on that are going to underperform, and I already know for a fact that Dragon Quest VII is going to underperform, so I can't play Yakuza right now.
I'm glad he's not talking about the controversy behind Kiwami 3. I'm glad he's not talking about that, because he'd use that as an excuse.
Oh, you guys hear Kiwami 3 actually took away some content? It is terrible. And there's a guy that worked on it that apparently did some fucked up things. I am not gonna play that game. I'm not supporting it. He's gonna pretend to be like a holier than thou kind of guy. Think the Activision boycott saga. Think that.
Okay.
But thank God he doesn't know any of the controversy behind Kiwami 3. Thank God.
All right. I think we got through all shout-outs now. So, moving streams the way that I did, right? The question is very...
Wait. I jumped the gun. Let's listen to this. This will be a good tail end.
I think we got through all shout-outs now. So, moving forward, right? The question is very simple. Do I continue to conduct streams that are first look style streams the way that I did the Crizzle stream. Whoops, the way I did the Crizzle stream yesterday. Do I not ask for support so that we can let the game speak for itself? We don't get a skewed perspective of what that game is if someone comes in and supports because I asked for it rather than because they were enjoying the stream. Do you see what I'm saying?
I just love giving him money can skew the stream. Like, that's insane.
What if in 1 week I end up trying 3 or 4 new games and all of them fail because they're not very good?
In a way, he kind of like exposed that he actually does look at the money and enjoy the game more if he's getting support. Like, he kind of confirmed that.
And now I have 4 dead streams. You know? If I can balance those streams with tried and true guaranteed winners like Street Fighter, Hollow Knight, RimWorld, coming up, big AAA releases like Resident Evil Requiem that likely will do really well, then I could probably do that. But
okay, so nothing changed.
I don't know if I can.
It's
and on
the
same
same
time,
shit.
This is what Clout Simpler just said.
It's factually the same shit. He's just doing this for fun. He's doing this for fun.
If it means that you got to ask for more contributions on the other stream that day, then don't do it because that becomes too exhausting. So,
but guess what? He does it anyway. It doesn't matter because he's always right. Like, that's why he does this shit, because he always thinks he's right in everything.
You know? I don't know.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Dabian says, I don't think it matters. You pulled the curtain back and everyone knows the rules of the game now.
Yeah. Ha ha ha. Yeah, exactly. I love that he just chuckled at that, but that's exactly what he did. Now it's like anyone can manipulate him. He's kind of telling you, so if you want to manipulate me, this is how you can manipulate me. Isn't that cool? Like, why? Like, dude, come on.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
I should do the opposite. I should just ask for way more on these streams.
What?
There we go. So this Friday, whatever I'm going to be playing, I'm not even going to start the game until I receive a $20 contribution. I won't even.
He does that already. He literally does that already. There are literal morning shows, podcasts, whatever, where he says, "Okay, before we go to the game, can we get a super chat? Can we get this? Come on." He does that. He already does that.
Won't even boot it. It's $20 to boot. All right, and then you want me to press start? That's got to be another $5, man. There you go. Look, now we're talking.
This.
Now we're really cooking with gas, right? We're figuring this stuff out.
Where did he learn this from? There's been an uptick in now you're cooking with gas.
Buckwell says, what about asking for support once at the start and once at the end of the stream?
Buckwell,
and not
that's
37
stupid.
times
What the
between?
fuck?
To be honest, Buckwell, here's the truth.
To be honest, Buckwell, I think your guys are dumb.
Great amounts of support before
I think you guys
we
are
even
fucking
start
pea-brains.
with the game. I don't ask for support during the game. Have you noticed that? Maybe
that,
not,
right?
but for example, that
Wait, what?
support before we even start with the game, I don't ask for support during the game.
You do. Oh, he doesn't include the breaks. That's the thing. But the Dragon Quest kind of pushed the envelope, if you ask me, because it was definitely during the gameplay when he was talking about support. Come on.
Have you noticed that? Maybe not, but for example, that whole month after the Asmongold interview, I wasn't asking for support. Very rarely. Maybe once a stream I would mention how you could support.
Yeah, because he was still on that Asmongold high, but once it leveled off, we were back to begging. Like, that doesn't matter. That's in the past. We're talking about the here and now. I love he's like, oh, I think you should do it this time. Well, you notice I did that back then. Yeah, okay, but you're asking us now about begging. You just told us you begged, you handed up on the other night. Why don't we tone it down then, right? And he's like, I didn't do it back then. Okay, we're not talking about December. We're talking about now.
Support, and I would just be shouting out the support. I wouldn't even mention it because I didn't have to. I keep explaining this to people as matter-of-factly as I can, and I swear people just want to believe the toxic shit on the internet rather than using their brains. I don't want to ask for support. Ever.
Yeah, you do. You just talked about how you don't know what to do, and then if you don't ask for support, you're gonna have to double down on asking on the following stream. He got $80, and he's acting as if he made $0. And then he had to like double down for the night stream to beg to get more. And he said, well, I hammed it up. Then he said, well, if I keep doing it this way, I'll have to ham it up more. What the fuck are you talking about? And why do people call me a beggar?
Ever. I don't even want to think about it. I just want to sit here and hang out with you guys.
But you're
and
thinking
enjoy
about
games
it right
and
now.
have fun on streams, period. That's all I ever want to do. But as I've just explained, when I ask for support, I get more. When I don't ask for support, I get less. It's a tried and true fact of my streams.
Well, that's scary.
Maybe that's not the case for others, because others are very different from me, but I am Darkside Phil. I am Phil Burnell. I am a one only entity on this planet. There is no one else out there that is like me. My situation is completely unique, and from my perspective and my experience, when I ask, I get. When I don't ask, I don't.
Spoiled brat mentality. Like, and also, like, he thinks he's the only one. What about Wings? Wings is also streaming on his own. Whatever. I don't know a lot about Wings' content.
I don't care when people criticize me for it, because what matters is that this is successful, so I can keep doing what I love, I can support my family, and I can put out meaningful and positive content for my viewers. That's what matters, not public opinion saying, Robble, he asks for money too much. I don't give two fucks about what those people say, because they're dollarless losers who sit.
So then why are we talking about how much you beg if it doesn't matter? Again, this is like a waste of time from the guy who bitches about games wasting his time. I hate when things waste my time. Guys, I'm gonna keep begging. Who cares? But should I beg? I'm gonna keep begging.
Who sit on the internet criticizing others when they should be doing for themselves. You see? Who gives a fuck about them? I want my streams to be successful. I want to be able to do what I love for the longest time I can. All right? So I gotta find that balance. Now, if I'm getting tons of support, I never have to ask for it. And that's what was happening. Then it dwindled. So guess what? I had to ask for support again. Right? Now, I've tried to limit it. I've tried to balance it. And I've tried to find things going on that will work and won't work. I don't want to annoy the audience. And you're right. If I'm asking for support, 37.
Again, Buckle asked, why don't you do it at the start and end of a stream or whatever the fuck? I don't think this is a crazy ask. And he's acting as if Buckwell said, you should say it once a year. Ask for support once a year. Like, what are we doing here, buddy?
7 times a stream, that's going to piss people off. At the same time, if I don't ask for support, I get none or little, and then everyone doesn't matter anyway because they still talk shit about me. So it's about finding the happy medium.
I thought we were freaking out. I love it says, well, I didn't ask, and people are still mad at me. I thought we were freaking out and it was funny. And you were enjoying us freaking out about you not begging. Now, that's not happening?
You're suggesting do it at the beginning, do it at the end. Maybe that could work. Maybe not. Not everyone's there at the very beginning or very end of the stream. Right now, I have 262 viewers on my stream.
He's acting at the very beginning as if like the 0 mark. Why don't you do at the start of your stupid dumb fuck podcast, for example, or maybe even at the end of the podcast? Then, like, you know, at the end of the day stream, say, okay, guys, thank you for supporting. Be sure to come by the late stream or whatever the fuck he usually does.
Stream?
But whatever.
I only had less than 100 when I started the podcast. More than half of my viewers weren't here to hear me do the call to action at the beginning of the stream, which, by the way, I didn't. I didn't do a call to action at the beginning of the stream. I haven't even called to action once this stream yet, and I've been broadcasting for an hour and 29 minutes.
I love that we're inventing memes for begging. First it was the finger point, and now it's call to action. Oh my god, dude, like, come on. Right?
So, yeah, maybe there is a way to conduct it. I don't know what. I don't want to sit here with a clock timing the stream and be like, oh, let me hit the clock on certain times when I...
You literally already have a running clock. It's called OBS. It tells you how long you're streaming, whatever. He does stop recording, start recording. Like, he already does this. And, like, you don't need another clock to time it. You could just fucking, like, look at the time. Okay,
I have to do my call to action today. You know what I'm saying? But we're going to figure this out. We are. Together, we will figure it out, and things are going to be great this year. They are. They are already. They're just going to get better. It's just a matter of finding the right way to do all of this stuff so that it's not too much of a heavy ask, but but it's not asking at all, because that also will shoot me in the foot. Like, what is the balance? And we will find it. Okay?
No, we're not. You're not gonna try. He's probably gonna forget this next week.
Yes, we. He says it's your stream. It's my stream, but it's our
and
time.
It's your money.
Did I not explain earlier on this very show?
Oh my
the
God.
most valuable asset to anyone on planet Earth is time. It's not money, it's time. Time is what you have the most limited of right now. Even
why are you
if
wasting
you're
it
self-aware or not, time is your most valuable asset that you can ever have in your existence on this planet. So the time is valuable. I want to make sure that I'm using
the
your
dude said this is your stream, and he said
time wisely when you're on my streams. It's not me.
If that's the case, then why do we have such long pauses in the Q&A segments, and we just sit around doing nothing during the podcast? Why is it impossible to end the podcast early when there's nothing else to talk about?
Us. Or else I'm talking to myself. And I like to think that I'm not just talking to myself.
You are talking to yourself, though.
So here we go. I just received a $3 tip, and here's what someone just said. Sometimes I'm enjoying a stream, and you'll mention support, and then it actually reminds me to send some. I think little reminders are good. Don't say if you like the game support.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, cool.
But say if you were here and chilling, feel free to support, if that makes sense. Sometimes we hate the game, but we actually like you. Okay.
Okay.
That's
so keep
maybe
reminding
a different
you.
way to phrase it, a different mentality.
How is that a different mentality? He does that anyway. This is stupid.
So say, hey, if you like the stream, if you like me and my content, support, not if you like this game.
He does that. He does all of the above. He'll say whatever you want to get you to give him your money. He will say anything. Let's support indies. Support me, guys. You love me, right? You love me chilling here, fucking around. Support me.
Game support it? Alright. Alright, someone just tipped another $2. It says, I like to support you because I feel like you deserve it. When you do a gameplay stream and start complaining about parts about support, it can get annoying to the viewers. I hope that these tips are helping you. Good luck. You'll find that right balance. Thank you. It is helping me. Absolutely, it's helping.
Oh my god, dude.
Thank
It's
you.
in one ear out the other. He's not going to retain any of this. It is helping me. Yeah, he doesn't. I guarantee you already forgot what the dude said. Guarantee it.
Someone tipped $1. Now this, again, I cannot confirm nor deny what they're saying. I'm literally reading word for word what they sent in a $1 tip. They said, Lolcow Live asks for money way more than you do on a typical show.
Okay, I don't care about Lolcow Live. I mean, like, dude, come on.
Asking for contributions.
But what does he say?
There you go.
There you go. Okay, maybe
They repeatedly scam their audience. The truth is, you're not a bad guy. You're not doing anything wrong by asking for contributions. There you go.
Oh my god.
Here's an honest question.
Sure.
Okay? Honest question. If I'm such a bad guy because I constantly ask for contributions, right? But there's people who do it worse than me, more than me, why am I the one that's always in everyone's mouth?
Recency bias is a mighty drug, by the way. That's one thing. That's the one aspect. Like, someone would just see you immediately, like, oh, he's begging. Look, get a load of this, and you get a crash out. But there are so many other people that people bring up. Like, it's really, he's really ignorant to think he's the only one people bring up as a beggar. Like, of course there are people who beg more than him, but like, we're not talking about them. We're talking to you. It's your stream. We're not talking about some other dumb fuck out there who's begging. We're talking about you right now.
Why am I the one that I end up on the Reddit live stream fails, and I end up...
Dude, anyone could be there. Like, it's a fucking Reddit. And he's like, why am I the only one there? You're not the only one there. There's tons of people.
Talked about on some big streamer's stream. Why is it always Darkside Phil? Why isn't it Lolcow Live? Why is...
Dude, they talk about fucking Boogie. I mean, even that Moist Critical segment, DSP was like a footnote in that segment. And DSP had a crash out over that. Ugh.
Another person who does it more or worse than me, right? It's a good question. It's interesting, isn't it?
It's a good question. Yeah, no one else begs like Phil, right?
Okay. All right.
Alright.
So there's one other thing that I want to do on this podcast today, and that's I want to react to the Directive 8020 trailer that actually released yesterday.
Okay, I don't. I'm not gonna watch that. Let's go to today's stream. Let's vibe check today's stream of Oh shit! The state of plays is there. I forgot. Interesting.
Very interesting.
Okay. Here we go.
When I was fat, doing
What?
a drinking game. All right, guys, enjoy. Well, let me tell you, I drink hard liquor. You want to know why? Because liquor is quicker. So every time that DSP...
Alright, let's...
Thank you all. It's going to be about a 10-minute break. Just to mute the volume happen further. All right, good stuff. Of Dragon Quest VII Reimagined on this stream as we continue on with the plot. And see what's going to happen further. All right, good stuff. Thank you for watching. See you in the next part.
Thank you for watching.
All right, let's go ahead and just mute the volume
Mute the volume.
so that we can now do a highlight clip break for you guys. Thank you all. It's going to be about a 10-minute break. I'm going to go for a
Why
little
didn't
walk,
you
use the
scale the
restroom,
game?
get some coffee, come back,
Yeah,
and
go
then
for
2
a
more
fucking
hours.
walk.
Oh, Dragon Quest VII Reimagined here on the stream. Thank you, guys. I will see you after this break. But in the meantime,
Is there something interesting that...
be sure to enjoy some highlight clips. Here we go.
Now, what do I drink?
Here's me from... Here's the question. Did they fix the D-pad so I can use it on the official Pro Switch 2 controller?
What? What was the question?
Here's the question. Did they fix the D-pad so I can use it? I don't need one that's crazy. It's because I want one that has a good D-pad and buttons so that I...
Oh my god, dude, look at this fucking angle. He looks like a... Like, oh my god.
$70. 8 tur...
What are
Oh
we
my
looking
God.
for? Oh my god.
There's so many. Like, I wouldn't even know which one to even think to get with the amount that I'm seeing.
Why does he... Dude, he got a controller that he liked so much that he could use that on the Switch. Oh my god, whatever, okay. I also
Jeez,
want
there's
to...
so many.
I also want to say that Razer controller can work on the Switch. I want to say it does. But we gotta get more
my
expensive
God.
stuff, guys. Remember, guys, he hates
There's like 100 brands. Power A, Turtle Beach, Voyi, Easy SMX, Afterglow, Miss Luck, another PDP, another Turtle Beach. What's this one? Ace Gamer, 8-Bit Dough. So that one's here, or 8-Bit Do, whichever one. That's pretty expensive, actually. The 8-Bit Do is
get that!
$70.
Oh, that's perfect!
So it's $20 cheaper than the official Nintendo one.
What? Oh, now it's cheaper. Yeah, look at this. Oh, 70, it's expensive. Okay, it's cheaper. Okay.
In truth, the only reason I really want this is because I want one that has a good D-pad and buttons so that I can play retro games. Like, that's legit what I'm looking for. I don't need one that's crazy, over-the-top features or anything like that. I just want a good D-pad. So...
Why didn't
if
buy
anyone
the,
can
whatever,
recommend,
okay.
you know, I should buy one before the marathon, or else I'm going to be playing on the Switch Joy-Cons with the button D-pad,
didn't
which
play
is
with-
not good.
Whatever, okay. You should get a hitbox. Bleh.
Here's the question. Did they fix the D-pad so I can use it on the official Pro Switch 2 controller or not?
What? Oh.
Metroid, probably Kirby. You gotta think NES, right? Heard of it after around 15 to 20 hours. We had got it, and we had ordered it in the drive-thru and brought it back to our room. The Indivestance Day
Wow.
Closet
this podcast
Cleanout Marathon
seemed like
event.
ass.
It'll be held on or see
I'm
my
just
first tip of the day.
Gonna say,
It's $10 from You're Not Funny, and he says, get some. Thank you.
You're not funny.
I'm just curious. Oh, cool.
I wanna say
That's
it
right. The
says
graphics
something-
are nowhere near as good as Dragon Quest VII. That's, I mean,
Okay.
sick. Come on. Yes, the Hellraiser franchise has always been that kind of weird stuff that mixes, sexual content with gore and horror, body horror.
Sexual content. I've never seen Hellraiser, and I'm gonna assume that's not true. Alright, that is it for this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Wait, I got get a load of this song. It's gonna be a banger. Why does it seem quiet? I'm gonna turn it up. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, I think the battery's dying, guys. No. No. Oh, man. Well, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.